If you're aiming for a truly rich and fulfilling life, it often requires a shift in how you manage your money. I've learned this firsthand as I've grown wealthier and discovered how to have more fun and satisfaction in life. It's not just about adding new habits. Sometimes it's equally important to let go of certain behaviors that no longer serve you. For instance, I've made significant changes in my approach to money. I used to spend frivolously on things that didn't really contribute to my happiness or long-term goals. As my wealth grew, I realized the importance of prioritizing investments and experiences that truly enhance my life. This shift in mindset not only boosted my financial health, but also allowed me to enjoy life more fully. So here are 12 things I stopped doing after becoming a multimillionaire. Starting with number 1, I stopped obsessing over prices. Instead of just seeing dollar signs, I think in percentages. I used to worry a lot about prices, but now instead of just seeing dollar signs, I think about percentages. For instance, imagine a fancy sushi dinner that costs $300. At first, that might seem incredibly expensive, but if you think about it as a percentage of your income, it changes things. For someone who earns $35,000 a year from a part-time job, that $300 dinner is a huge splurge. But for someone making $175,000 a year, it's more manageable. This way of thinking about money has helped me. It lets me spend more on things I really enjoy, like travel, clothes, and being generous. At the same time, it helps me save money on things that aren't as important to me. Number 2, I stopped doing what everyone else does. Travel has become one of my favorite ways to spend money. As I became more financially secure, I wanted to enhance this experience. I used to get bored landing in a new city and ending up at the same tourist spots. Sometimes I didn't even feel like going to museums. Now, before I travel anywhere, I spend weeks or even months researching the city. I ask myself, what kind of feelings do I want from this trip? What amazing experiences do I want? Then I work with a travel advisor who understands my vision to plan something special. Whether it's just me and my wife or with friends and family, I aim for memorable experiences. For example, on a recent trip to Tokyo with my friends, we took a private food tour. Beforehand, the guide asked us what foods we wanted to try. One friend was curious about Japanese berries, which can be very expensive. So our guide arranged for us to visit a place specializing in these berries. We tried different kinds and learned why they're considered so special. During a safari trip, I hired a photographer to teach me how to take better wildlife photos with a long lens. As I became more successful financially, I realized the value of creating unforgettable memories. These unique experiences off the beaten path have become some of the most cherished moments I've shared with loved ones. Number 3, I stopped trying to do everything myself. I reached a point where I didn't want to handle everything myself anymore. I started delegating tasks to people who are better at them. For example, in my business, I used to write and send all the emails, manage segmentation, and hit send myself. But now I haven't logged into our software in years. We have email specialists on our team who excel at managing this, so I let them handle it. Delegating ties into my convenience approach because it allows me to reclaim my time. For instance, I hire someone to return packages, book flights, fill out paperwork for doctor visits, post YouTube videos, or manage email lists. This is crucial for business owners. In my 20 years of running a business, I've learned that initially, you have to do everything yourself. Editing photos, posting on social media, managing your website, and more. But eventually you realize your strengths and need to delegate the rest. If you have a website like mine, you probably don't want to spend time tweaking HTML or aligning images repeatedly. Services like Hostinger's AI website builder can do that work for you quickly and efficiently. For instance, let's say I have a new business idea called From Zero to Habanero. Instead of spending months perfecting the website's tagline and design, I could use a tool to set up a basic website in just 10 minutes. This allows me to test the idea quickly and see how people respond to it. All right, on to number 4. I stopped waiting until I urgently needed something to buy it. I used to get a haircut every 6 weeks, but when I started filming my Netflix show, How to Get Rich, I got a haircut every week to always look sharp on camera. I enjoyed looking fresh so much that I decided to make it a regular thing, even when not filming. Now, getting a haircut weekly is my rule. You can apply this idea to your own life. Think about areas where you wait until you really need something before getting it. For example, if your shoulders get tight from working at a computer all day. Instead of waiting until they hurt badly, what if you scheduled a massage every other week to prevent the tension? This proactive approach can apply to other things too, like regular lawn mowing or house cleaning, rather than waiting until it becomes urgent. This mindset change has made a big difference in my life, and it's something anyone can benefit from. Number 5, I stopped spending money on things that don't excite me. As I earned more money, my perspective on spending changed. I began to see my money as a valuable resource and became more selective about what I purchased. I wanted to understand the story behind how things were made. For instance, instead of buying random souvenirs while traveling or filling rooms with unnecessary items, I started focusing on buying one exceptional thing each year. For example, I might commission a handmade rug that I designed together with the artist. This approach extends to hiring people too. If someone consistently shows up late and causes stress, I choose not to work with them. I call this mindset, my money is good money. When I spend money on an experience or a product, I expect high quality that aligns with my vision. If it doesn't meet my standards, that's okay, but I'll take my business elsewhere. Before I move on to discussing another change I made as a multimillionaire, I'd appreciate it if you could do me a favor. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. It only takes a moment, and it'll help me share more videos on money psychology with you. Number 6, I stopped wasting time on small decisions. These small decisions can take up a lot of your daily thoughts. When you spend time worrying about little things, like whether to spend $3 here or there, you might overlook bigger decisions worth tens of thousands of dollars. These big decisions could involve your savings rate or when your investments will start earning more than your job income. That's why I find it helpful to create rules for myself. These rules let me stop stressing about small choices and focus on the big picture. Many of us do this naturally. For example, you might have a go-to outfit you wear to work every day or a set dinner plan for weekdays. Here are some rules I've made to spend less time on minor decisions. 1. I eat nearly the same meal every day, so I don't have to think about what to eat. 2. If I see 2 appetizers I like at a restaurant, I get both. 3. I fly business class for flights over 4 hours. It's my personal choice. Yours might be different. 4. I always arrange for a car to pick me up from the airport rather than figuring it out last minute. These rules can apply to small choices like appetizers costing $10 or bigger decisions like flying business class. I encourage you to adapt this idea to your own life and create rules that simplify your decision-making process. Number 7, I stopped managing all my finances alone. You might be surprised to hear this, but as my income increased, I stopped handling every little financial detail by myself. Instead, I hired accountants, bookkeepers, and occasionally consulted financial advisors for a flat fee. These professionals help smooth out any small issues in my financial system and provide ongoing monitoring. While it's possible to manage your finances independently and build wealth, at certain levels of wealth, or if you have a complex financial situation, such as owning a business, it can be advantageous to seek expert help. This change in approach has been one of the adjustments I've made as my financial situation has evolved. Number 8, I stopped settling for mediocrity. Look at me now. Do you think my parents accepted anything less than excellence when I was growing up? Even 99% was not good enough for them. So as I grew wealthier, I started applying that same high standard to myself. I decided to use my money to improve myself rather than settling for, this is as good as it gets. When I was 20 years old, I was skinny and never thought I could go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week. I used to tell myself, I'm just a skinny Indian guy, which unfortunately became true. But in my mid-20s, I realized that my health was crucial for a fulfilling life. I didn't want to accept being skinny and wearing oversized shirts forever. I needed help because I didn't even understand basic health concepts like protein until then. So I invested in my health journey. I hired a personal trainer who taught me how to work out effectively. I started buying healthy foods so that every time I opened my fridge, there were nutritious meals ready. I also worked with a posture coach because I was experiencing back pain and wanted to improve how I presented myself. These professionals not only improved my health, but also boosted my confidence and appearance. Now I don't settle for mediocrity. I learn from the best and continually push myself to achieve my health and fitness goals. This mindset shift has made a significant difference in my life. Number 9, I stopped saying yes to every opportunity. As my wealth grew, I realized the importance of prioritizing my time and energy. Not every opportunity that comes my way aligns with my goals or values. Now I carefully evaluate each opportunity based on whether it contributes to my long-term vision and brings genuine value. This approach ensures that I focus on opportunities that have the greatest potential for growth and fulfillment, both personally and professionally. Number 10, I stopped neglecting my mental and emotional well-being. Building wealth can be demanding, both mentally and emotionally. As I became more financially successful, I prioritized self-care practices that support my overall well-being. This includes regular meditation, therapy sessions, or simply taking time off to recharge and reflect. Investing in my mental and emotional health has not only improved my quality of life, but also enhanced my ability to make clear, strategic decisions in my business and personal life. Number 11, I stopped comparing myself to others. Achieving financial success can sometimes lead to comparing oneself to others who may appear more successful or affluent. I realize that comparison is not only unproductive, but can also undermine my own sense of accomplishment and happiness. Instead, I focus on my own journey, celebrating my achievements and learning from setbacks. This mindset shift has allowed me to appreciate my unique path and stay motivated to continue growing and evolving personally and professionally. These additional points reflect a deeper understanding of personal growth and well-being beyond financial success, emphasizing the importance of balance, self-care, and authenticity in living a rich and fulfilling life. All right, that brings me to the last thing I stopped doing. Number 12, I stopped working with yes people. When I was young, I used to go to Supercuts for haircuts. I'd walk in and whoever was there would ask me what I wanted. I'd give them simple instructions like 2 on the sides and trim in the back, and they'd do it without any issues for $1.15. But over time, I've realized something important. I prefer not to dictate what others should do. Instead, I want to collaborate with people who have their own ideas and expertise. Whether it's with a hairstylist or when I worked with the team at Netflix, I don't impose my vision on them. They share their creative ideas with me, which are often fantastic. This is what truly skilled people do. Rather than telling them what to do, I ask for their advice. What do you think I should do? At this level, I trust my team to guide our strategies. As you design a life that suits you perfectly, it might not always make sense to others. But that's a sign that you're crafting a life that's uniquely yours. Let me know in the comments one thing you've stopped doing as you've become more successful, and now you can click on the video popping up on the screen to watch more.